Mercurius Solubilis. It is generally indicated in second stage of syphilis where there is febrile chloroanemia, rheumatoid pains behind the sternum and around the joints, ulceration of mouth and throat, falling of hair, etc. Also in hereditary syphilitic manifestations like bullae abscesses, snuffles, marasmus, stomatitis or destructive inflammations. There are tremors everywhere, weakness with ebullitions and tremblings from least exertion, and complaints increase with sweat and rest. There is aggravation at night from warmth of bed, damp, cold, rainy weather, and during perspiration, which is oily. It is also known as a human thermometer because it is sensitive to both heat and cold. There is weariness, prostration, and trembling. The discharges are full, and the pus is thin, greenish, putrid, streaked with blood. Coming to the mind, the patient is slow in answering questions, memory is weak, and loss of willpower. There is weary of life. He is mistrustful and thinks he is losing his reason. Vertigo, lying on the back, one-sided tearing pains, tension around the scalp as if bandaged, catarrhal headache with much heat in the head. There are stinging, burning, fetid eruptions on scalp, loss of hair, exostosis with a feeling of soreness with oily sweat. In eyes there is blepharitis, eyelids are red, swollen. There is profuse burning acrid discharge after exposure to glare of fire in foundrymen. Also in cases of parenchymatous keratitis of syphilitic origin with burning pain. In ears there is otalgia which has the aggravation from warmth of bed and at night. There are sticking pains and also boils in the external canal. The discharge is thick, yellow, fetid and bloody. Coming to the nose, there is sneezing in sunshine. Nostrils are raw, ulcerated. Nasal bones are swollen and caries with fetid greenish ulceration. The discharge is yellow, green, fetid, pus-like. Coryza is with sneezing, acrid discharge, profuse and fluent, and aggravation in warm room and in damp weather. In mouth, the salivary secretions are increased. Speech is difficult on account of trembling tongue. Gums are spongy, recede, and bleed easily, and pain on touch and from chewing. The tongue is moist but with great thirst, and crowns of the teeth are decayed. Tongue has the furrow with teeth indented, feels as if burnt with ulcers, and is heavy, thick, moist, yellow, and flabby. There is fetid odor from mouth and can smell it all over the room. Also, there is alveolar abscess which has the aggravation at night. Coming to the face, it is pale, earthy, dirty looking, puffy, aching and with syphilitic pustules. Coming to the throat, it has bluish red swelling, worse at right side on every change of weather. Stitches extend to ear on swallowing and there is a constant desire to swallow. There is quinsy with dysphagia after pus formation. There is complete aphonia, burning as if from ascending hot vapor. In stomach there are putrid erectations, intense thirst for cold drinks. There is weak digestion with continuous hunger. Coming to the abdomen, there is stabbing pain with chilliness, boring pain in right groin, and there is hepatomegaly which is sore to touch and is indurated. Rectum, the stools are greenish, bloody and slimy with chilliness and at night with pain and tenesmus. Coming to the urinary symptoms, there is frequent urging, greenish discharge from urethra, burning in urethra when beginning to micturate, and the urine is dark, scanty, bloody and albuminous. Male symptoms, there are vesicles and ulcers, soft chancre, cold genitals and prepuce is irritated. Also there are nocturnal emissions stained with blood. In females, the menses is profuse with abdominal pain. There is leukorrhea, excoriating, greenish and bloody, sensation of rawness in parts, stinging pain in ovaries like epis. There is itching and burning, which has the aggravation after micturating and amelioration from washing with cold water. There is morning sickness with profuse salivation, mammae painful, and they are full of milk during menses. Coming to the respiratory symptoms, there is soreness from the fauces to sternum, cannot lie on the right side, on left side is lycopodium, cough with yellow mucopurulent expectoration with two paroxysms. There is aggravation at night, warmth of bed and from tobacco smoke, stitches from the lower lobe of the right lung to the back. Coming to the back symptoms, this bruised pain in the lumbosacral region, especially when sitting, tearing pain in coccyx, which is ameliorated pressing on abdomen. Extremities, there is weakness of limbs, bone pains, pain in the limbs, aggravation at night, very sensitive to cold, oily perspiration, trembling extremities, especially hands, in paralysis agitans, lacerating pain in joints. There's cold, clammy sweat on legs at night, dropsical swelling of feet and legs. In fever, the fever may be gastric or bilious, with profuse nocturnal perspiration, heat and shuddering alternately, yellow perspiration, profuse perspiration without relief, and there is creeping chilliness, which is aggravated in the evening and into night, alternate flashes of heat in single parts. The skin is constantly moist. Persistent dryness of skin contraindicates Merck sol. Excessive odorous viscid perspiration, which is aggravated at night. Free perspiration, but patient is not relieved by it. There are vesicular and pustular eruptions. Ulcers are irregular in shape. Edges are undefined. Pimples around main eruption. And itching is aggravated by warmth of bed. Cresta lactea, yellowish brown crust with suppuration. Glands swell every time the patient takes cold. And in cases of buboes, orchitis, like clematis, hammermillis, and pulsatilla, the modalities are there is aggravation at night, wet, damp weather, lying on the right side, perspiring, warm room, and warm bed. Compare this drug with meserium, phosphorus, cephalinum, calimure. Antidote is hepar, aurum, and meserium, complementary to badiaga.